and I think they would have a big lead right now.
Oh man, it's a time for redemption, right? Day 2 will bring new things. A lot of players have taken time to just VOD review, take a step back, refresh themselves. And now we're thinking, hey, 6 brand new games. Anything can happen. Now, before we continue the conversation, why don't we go meet up with our casters? Jacob P. Arts, MDF, say hello.
Well, today is going to be a great day for sure, Monster. We crowned an FNCS champion, but as well as some of our duos are playing, I need to point out the individual factors that are going down in some of these games, these solo impact points that some of these guys are clutching up. We talk about the 1-point differential in first place. Well, look at that man on top of the list, Bolts. 88 solo impact points. You also got Curve and Peterbot, who are also in the top 10. Osin and Viv, who are also neck and neck on that leaderboard. So I'm even wondering, when things don't go your way and you got to throw the plans out the window, how will these solos perform?
Yeah, what's incredible about this is Bolts is the only one of all those players we showed there that is currently obviously in first place coming into day 2. And what's more interesting is this is, again, a notorious duo that when Acorn comes back on day 2 style finals formats, he's usually better than we've ever seen him before. So he's still doing what he normally does. He had a relatively underperforming day 1, but Bolts is just going crazy, really putting the team on his back, really playing exceptional Fortnite. And the highlights speak for itself there, Jacob.
Yeah, that was only day 1 action so far. Peterbot kind of at the bottom of that top 5 list, 50 points. And he's the one that kind of made those exciting clutches popular in the past couple of seasons. Will that change? I don't know. We still got 6 games to find out. Zeke, Kelly, and Vivid, what do you guys think?
Jacob, you know, I love that you bring up these solo impact points, right? We think about if we cast our minds back to yesterday, Game 6. For a moment, I thought, is this a solos competition? Because it's just every high-profile duo are all solos, right? And they come in to game number 6, and they put on such a show. But we'll have to see, right? Like I said right before, with a brand new day, anything can happen. And we're excited to see what these players have prepared for us. Because, again, top 13, and we're also playing for an Axe of Champions. Now, as we continue this conversation, why don't we talk about some of the players we are excited to see? Visual and Braids immediately comes to mind. 4th place currently with 311 points. Talk to me about these guys in the lens of, like, what do you think they prepared coming in for day number 2?
I mean, for Visuals and Braids, I think they're just gonna, this is such a silly thing to say, but I think they're just playing standard Fortnite to the best. Bruce Lee once said, I don't fear the man that's done 1,000 kicks one time, I fear the man that's done one kick 1,000 times. And I feel like Visuals and Braids plays the same game over and over and over again. They kind of have a little bit of a passive early game, but they make sure to get a few tags. They go into the end game with just a little bit above storm damage, but they make sure to bring into good, smart engagement, and then they disengage when they need to, and then they have a ton of heals because they didn't enter these early and mid engagements, so that they're able to survive and make it all the way to the end. And although they're not able to grab a ton of eliminations, they're still able to get those placement points. But this right here is the number that I wanted to talk about, that they have played 10 consecutive FNCS finals together, more than any other team that we have in our region. And I would be hard-pressed to find any other duo in the world. However, Vivid, fun fact, the only other duo that has been on an FNCS finals together for 10 FNCS finals is you and me.
I was really wondering what team that could have maybe been. We have been here for a long time. Shout out to my duo partner here, Kelly, and of course Zeke, always keeping us on our toes. Man, I don't even know what I was gonna say after that one. Visual and Braids, 4th place on the leaderboard right now, 28 points behind first place. And I gotta tell you, Kelly, I'm happy that you kind of broke it down, because we talked about all the chaos kind of coming into this season with all the new duos. The fact that these guys have stuck together and it's working right now, really happy to kind of see how that's panning out. And I gotta tell you, I'm looking at their match history over here, and their last game yesterday was a 46th place with 0 eliminations. They got 0 points that game. If they had a good game like they did in all of the other games, they'd be in first place right now.
Yeah.
Fortnite fam, I hope you see that what me and Vivid see all the time again on the broadcast is that Kelly is a menace, okay? Why don't we talk about one last duo? It's Javi and Unminished. You know, they're currently in 5th place, right? 270 points, but again, what can we expect from these guys, right? A brand new day, new strategy, time to VOD review. What are we thinking?
Well, you say the word new, and that immediately makes me think of how this team formed, and it's such a beautiful story to be written in conjunction with Visuals and Braids, because Aminish is the third of that trio that we saw them compete all last year together, and we know that Javi was originally playing with Reek throughout before Major 1, dropping him literally the week that Major 1 was starting. So to see Javi and Aminish form together and be this new duo with that juxtaposition of Visuals and Braids make this long-lasting duo, and to see them still doing well, playing to what their advantage is, and once again, that is just making sure that they are making it to the end game. And I know that sounds silly, Vivid, but when it comes to the FNCS, sometimes that's the most important thing.
Doesn't sound silly at all. Consistency is key when it comes down to Fortnite, and right now these guys, they have an average time alive of 20 plus minutes, so they're kind of consistently making it to those later stages of the game. A couple of fumbles I did see when I was kind of looking at some of our top teams and how many times they've been struck by Storm Surge. Unfortunately for Javi and Aminish, they were kind of up there. I think they each took like 20, around like 20 each, where some of our other top teams, I saw Visuals and Braids 0 times for both of those guys, Acre and Bolts 0 times. So Javi and Aminish, just a couple of fumbles when it concerns Storm Surge, but if they can fix that, man, they can make a run for that top 3, top 2. They could win it too.
Another duo we actually didn't talk about is currently in third place. Agers and Ritual, 331 points. Kelly, that's only 8 points behind Acorn and Bolt. I mean, come on. We're going to make this happen, right?
Yeah, it's Ages and Rituals. They already got Victory Royale. They already got a second place. There's a few games where they're making it to the very end, and they're just not being able to stick together and survive to the very final moment. 21st and 17th game that we saw from yesterday. But Agers and Rituals are definitely within contention. It's crazy. Looking at this leaderboard, literally any of our top 8 could make some crazy plays today, Vivid, and jump into that first place spot.
I'm happy that you mentioned top 8. What about top 7? I see Clix and Higgs sitting in 7th place right now. They started yesterday so hot. It looked like they were going to run away with the competition. Their high ground, it was so clear. They have a good 6 games and see where they end up.
Good bit. Will the rivalry continue, right? They're right behind Peterbot and Pollo, right? Only 6 points behind them. So there's just so much that can happen today. 6 games to determine it all. Fortnite fan, we hope you are as excited as we are. With that being said, Game 7 is ready. Let's kick off the competition. Casters, over to you.
You know, coming into today, Monster, I'm looking at the leaderboard, trying to get a feel of who actually had the chance to win. I went in my head all the way down to 8th place, Reet and Cooper. Then I thought Cole and Madden, they're playing well. Venno and Curve, they know how to take over games. Bretz and Veer, they have been performing phenomenally. So when I go in today, I'm like, who do you really think can pull off the win?
And that's the thing, you know, we have these teams that are notoriously better on day 2, but then again, anything can happen. You see that breakaway performance. Some teams just get a little lucky. Some players just outperform, play above and beyond their usual selves, like we saw with Bolts yesterday, really taking it far here. So, Jacob, I mean, I'm with you. I do think, obviously, if you're in the 300-point range, you got a great shot, but you got to prove it first.
Throughout day number 1, Monster, we've seen big games, over 100-point games, almost every single one by at least one of those teams. So I kind of agree with you. It'd be crazy to think a lot of these teams can't catch up, but with a day break in between, a chance to VOD review, fix some of these mistakes, you got a new chance at life with Dragon, Preon, Jack, and Pen. They're still going head-to-head at the split drop. It is going to be a 50-50 instead of trying to take 2 different sides. And Pen getting tagged up down to 26 HP. Jack as well. They get the first knock onto Dragon. He can't clean it up, though. He just falls short of that mark. Now it's going to be up to N-Pen to try to push in, but he gets taken down as well. Creon really clutching up.
Yeah, this has just gone back and forth. You know, each team having their individual moments, essentially, but Creon and Dragon in the end are going to win. And they go right into Electro, and then he exposed himself. And no, you know they're going to push here, especially after seeing the shield crack. There's no reason not to. And not only that, don't forget, Electro was playing really good yesterday. I mean, they even got the best of Venno and Curve at some point. So this is not a team that you could just push over.
Yeah, it's time to talk about adjustments from day 1 to day 2. Electro and Ope were one of those teams. They landed up here. They landed at Battlewood. They came back up here. So already you can see the feeling to start their day. We're going to do better off towards the top. Let these 2 teams fight it out, and let's try to crash as a third party and clean it up. Paper and Rezi. A few struggles yesterday. Paper going down to a little bit of ball damage in the off-spawn fights. But one thing I've learned about Paper over the last 2 years is he's someone I feel like you could never count out. No matter how bleak it looks, he's somebody that usually ends up inside of the bubble.
Yeah, he finds his way, man. When there's a will, there's definitely a way, and Paper is a vet that's been around the block for quite some time. And all the teams that I want to see a little bit more from today is obviously Veno's team in the end game. We saw how much of an explosive early game they had, finding all those extra eliminations, rotating into teams like these that are lurking on the outskirts. Jumping in with the early team fight right now is the first for Neo. Noisy have Zifta down right now. Void just playing roll around here, trying to stay in the game right now. They might have given him a little too much space to work with here.
Being a 1v1, very interesting position. You really don't want to let him get that res off, but it's kind of hard when you almost leave yourself open to getting tagged up once you play a little bit too aggressive. Third parties are all around on this side. EO is going to be able to clean up that first knock, the elimination. Cypher quickly goes in, gets the materials. That could be the difference maker in him surviving and going down to Neo. He's looking to